Welcome to Park Hall. Welcome to the brand new season as the players are back training today. Welcome to our new weekly video podcast. We're going to conduct the first of our new signing interviews right now. Follow me. Josh, first of all, welcome to Park Hall, but let's go back into the past. You were born in Manchester and you started with Bolton Wanderers Academy. How did that come around?
Well, I played for Bolton ever since I was young, since the age of 6, but I signed my first contract with them at under 9s, and then I was staying there for 7 years, so it's been a big part of my childhood and a big part of my upbringing playing football with them, so it's been very good playing for me.
A massive part of your childhood. Then you crossed the Pennines into Yorkshire, Barnsley, under 16s?
Yeah, Barnsley under 16s. It was good standard as well as playing against Cat 2, so like Watford, Crystal Palace. It was a good standard. I really developed as a player with my time there.
Then back across the mountains, Lancashire, Accrington, Stanley.
Yeah, Accrington, under 18s, played for them. Ended up making my debut against Grimsby for the first team, which was a big moment for me. I came on for one of the big players sort of thing, so it was a good moment for me and my family, definitely.
And that was the 30th of December last year,
yeah.
So a belated Christmas present there. Yeah. You were on the bench, obviously, and the manager said to you, "Come on, Josh, get ready, you're on the pitch." How did that feel?
It was nerve-wracking because there was a lot of fans and it was like a big moment for me, so it was nerve-wracking, but I was excited at the same time, so it was good.
And you were the captain of the under-18s.
Yeah.
How much of a step up was it from playing under-18s football to making your first team debut?
It was a big. Well, obviously I was training with them through the week and stuff, and doing shape with them, and it's a lot faster than youth team football. So when you step up to the first team, it's faster and obviously more physical as well. So you really becoming like a man then sort of thing. So it's tough.
And then to the present, here we are at Park Hall. We've got the Welsh flag behind us.
Yeah.
It's your first day of training today as a TNS player, but you have been here previously with the team training.
Yeah, it's my first time training today, being signed. All the lads have come up to me and said well done and stuff, so I feel really welcome. And there's some new lads as well, getting along with them, they fit in well. And the team, which is already a strong team, and I've managed to fit in and get along with the lads, and hopefully I'll get some game time, which will be good.
So Bolton, Barnsley, Accrington, Stanley, what did you know about Welsh football prior to TNS's interest in you?
Well, it's different. I've only ever played for like English teams and stuff, so coming over to the Welsh team, a team that dominates the division as well, it's for me a big step up because it's first team football regularly and training with the first team, and I need that for my development, and I think coming here with Scott and Steve as managers, I think I'll develop as a player a lot. And
it's a tough team to break into, but Josh, you're up for the challenge?
Yeah, definitely up for the challenge, and hopefully I can get some good game time and hopefully become a regular in the team.
And what can the fans expect from you? What will you bring to the games here at the New Saints?
Hopefully plenty of assists and goals, so that's the aim. But just playing well, and hopefully rely on me, and hopefully I fit into the team well and get along with all the lads, which I'm sure I am doing in training and stuff, and hopefully I just bring it to game.
Well, Josh, thank you for your time today, and we wish you all the very best as you embark on a Park Hall career.
Thank you very much.
And following the interview with Josh, we then had a chat with the second of our new signings, Joash. Joash, welcome to Park Hall. We're actually on the pitch right now. Let's talk about your own beginnings though. You're from the southeast of England, Bushey to be precise, in Watford. Tell us about your early footballing career.
Yeah, so I started out at Hendon, joined there when I was 16. Had a good relationship with the first team manager, which was able to place myself and put myself in and around the first team. So I was playing a lot of games at the time. I was playing for the 18s, the 16s, the reserves, and in the squad for the first team. So it was a good start to getting involved in the men's side of football. Had a good season, won the league with my 16s and 18s, and nearly broke through into the first team. Unfortunately, obviously the management changed and this, that and the other. That's how football goes, but it was a good initial experience for me to, like I say, get into that men's side of the game, which is important for me, especially going forward into the pro sort of environment, because you're playing with people that aren't necessarily the same age as you. You've got a wide variety of ranges, and I had that experience from a young age, which was really, really good.
And then from there, you moved to other teams in the area?
Yeah, I moved to a team called Chesham again with Hendon, one of the coaches that I knew that actually moved over to Chesham and said that he liked me. I had to work really, really hard for my place, and there was a lot of competition because that team had just gone on a run in the FA Cup in the previous year. They got to the second round, so it was tough to try and break through, but I worked hard, earned my place, played through the back end of that year. So it was, again, another really, really good experience for me to try and break through into that sort of men's competitive environment, which stemmed me on to, again, my next move, which then I moved to Staines. Tough start again, like it is everywhere. It's like going back to the beginning, getting back to the drawing board. Had to work really hard again. It didn't go my way to start off with. Went out on loan to a team called Windsor. Did really well. Played in the FA Vars. Got to the quarterfinals. Was really good. Got recalled back to Staines. Had a really good 14-game period where I only lost one game that I started in, which again was good. And then started to build up interest from other different clubs. So it was really, really good. The experiences I've had so far up till this date have been really, really good.
And while you were at Staines, you scored the winning penalty, the penalty that took the team into the cup final, the Middlesex Cup final.
Indeed. Funnily enough, I wasn't supposed to play that game. I was supposed to be rested because I played quite a lot of games throughout, but our centre-half got injured and he brought me on at the start of the second half. Didn't think that the game would go to penalties. Went to penalties, went down to the last one. I said that I'd take it. I did take it, and luckily and happily I did score, which did send us through to the final, which was a really, really nice experience for me, especially with the atmosphere that was about as well, so it was really, really good.
And that game that you scored the penalty in was against Wealdstone. Now what we want to know, was the Raider there, and did he shout any abuse at you?
He didn't shout any abuse at me, but he was there in force. He was there in force supporting his team. There were a lot of fans there, and like I say, it was just a really, really good environment to play in. Especially, like I say, at my age, it's nice to try and get that sort of atmosphere into your system for when you start to progress and play in front of bigger crowds. So it was a good, like I say, a really good experience for me. So yeah.
And talking of fans, what can we expect from you here at Park Hall? You're a centre-half by choice, you're big, you're strong, you're athletic.
Yeah.
I guess that tells us what we need to know.
Yeah, like I say, I just want to do as best as I can for a club that's given me an opportunity. I love the setup, I love everything that's in and around the club, and it has a great pathway and setup for me personally as an individual. So like I say, for me it's just about pleasing the fans as well as the management and the board members, so that's a massive thing for me going forward. Yeah.
Well, we wish you all the very best. It's been a great first interview, and I'm sure it's the first of many to come. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
The players have been very busy today, and of course the staff, but we did find time to chat with Scott Ruscoe as he shared his thoughts on the new faces here at Park Hall. Scott, 3 new signings that we've been discussing today. First of all, Josh, how did you come about him?
Yeah, Josh was recommended to us from an agent that had some contact with and spoke to him about a different player actually, and he just mentioned he had a young central midfielder that was good potential but was getting released from Accrington, and felt that he'd done enough to get another year. And it was just one where Accrington were getting rid of their young players, and it was fortunate that we came across him. We had a look at him, spent 5-6 weeks with us at the end of the season, trained with us, backed himself. Obviously no payment, just came in every day, trained and fitted in brilliantly. The way he adjusted and the way he plays is perfect for the football club.
I guess that was a big positive for you personally. You had a number of weeks to look at him on the training field.
Yeah, some players won't come in on trial, and it's difficult to make a judgment on them because if you haven't seen them and people are saying, yeah, take a chance on this player, it's always good to finally see them and see what they're like in our environment, because you might get someone that's a decent player but not a very good person, which is not going to help us in the long run.
And then Joash from the southeast of England again. How did you come across him?
Again, it was he's a player that was recommended to us from an agent that we'd had a player previously in the season. We'd had a look at Freddie last pre-season, big strong central midfielder, and it was one where he was recommended. They knew we were after a centre-back. Versatile, could also play holding midfield and full-back, I would say. Very competent footballer, defensively sound, and you know, and a good player as well, and a good person. He's backed himself. He's come down. He's just turned 20, I think. And, you know, he's come down. He's going to be living with Kane in Hoddle Street. We're looking for him to stay here, and you know, wants to move away from family and give it a go full time.
And finally, talking about Kane, a very good pedigree indeed. Chelsea, Brentford, Liverpool, a real good signing for the club.
Yeah, you know, you look at his CV, his Wikipedia page that everyone will look at, and there's some very good clubs there early on. He's still only 21. He's a good young player, good prospect. You know, you don't stay at Liverpool for 3 years and get signed for that sort of money without being a decent footballer. So again, I don't know whether you'd say you touch lucky, but you do a little bit of homework and see, you know, his performances. I've seen a lot of his under 23s footage. Spoke to a few people about him, and he's maybe last year lost a bit of hunger in the football game, but we certainly want to give him that hunger back and give him the environment to play in, and a football team that lets him go and play football. And he's a very comfortable footballer, and again, he's moving away from home and going to give it a real go. And that's one thing for me, as with Danny Redmond moving back from Scotland into this environment where you know, we're confident they can make that step up and improve the squad that we have already here.
And last, but certainly not least, we caught up with Kane Lewis, who has recently put pen to paper with the Welsh champions. Kane, as with the others today, welcome to Park Hall. But let's go back. You're from London originally. You started with Chelsea.
Yeah, I started at Chelsea at under 9s. Had a few clubs interested in me at that age, but with my school and whatever, my mum didn't want me to go too far, so she just said for me to stay at Chelsea. But it was a good experience being at Chelsea under 9s, learned quite a few things there. Then I stopped football for a bit, and I got into Brentford at the age of 14, and then I had a 2-year spell at Brentford, and to be fair, I enjoyed my time there. It was good, the quality was good, got a few interests from some other clubs like Liverpool. So after the 2 years at Brentford, I then got bought by Liverpool, which I then got a 3-year contract. I had a 2-year scholar and a 1-year pro. And yeah, at Liverpool I learned a lot. I was a regular in the 18s. I got a mention by Klopp also, so I was pretty excited about that. Played a few games for the 23s, obviously at a high level, good experience, fast tempo.
Well, a wise mom indeed. She wanted to keep you local for your schooling, but eventually, as you say, you did move north to Liverpool. What was that experience like? You played for the under-18s and the under-23s.
Yeah, I think as I got older, I kind of realised my potential and what I could do with my ability. So I had a chat with Mum and said I have to move on eventually. So as I got to Liverpool, it was a great experience. Like, I learnt so much there, thanks to all the coaches and whatever. I learnt so much. In the 23s, I had quite a rocky time because I had quite a few injuries, but then I still had exposure to certain good games like Manchester City, Man United, games like that. But yeah, I think it was a good stepping stone for me in my career, because I think I've learnt a lot and I've taken on board a lot of things from, well, that level, to be honest.
And that journey now brings you to Park Hall, the home of the Welsh Premier League champions. How much did you know about Welsh football before TNS were interested in you?
To be honest, I knew about TNS, to be honest, because I knew that they were obviously the league holders, the league winners. I know they've got quite a few trophies. Well, we've got quite a few trophies, so that's a good thing to be involved in. Hopefully I can get some trophies under my name as well. Obviously, what intrigued me about this club is that we get qualifiers also. So I think that will be a good test for me and to see where I'm at this moment in time.
Well, I like the self-correction from talking about the club to the club in a personal sense. Your first day training here as a TNS player, how's it gone?
Yeah, it's gone quite good, to be fair. The tempo is very high. All the players welcome me very, very nice. Like, I haven't got one bad thing to say about them. I think, to be honest, in training, I think I was a bit off my game, but as it got to the end, I was a bit more confident in what I was doing. So I think that was a good day's training, to be honest.
I guess as a player, it's all about pushing yourself
Yeah.
and taking your own game to the limit.
Yeah. Today was quite a hard day because we had quite a hard run in the morning, and so that took quite a few out of my legs. But since we got the ball down on the floor, I think the tempo got better, to be fair.
Well, Kane, finally, what can the fans expect from you when they come to watch a TNS game?
Well, they can expect an energetic right back, left back, or a ball playing centre back, to be fair. And they can expect a lot of assists, because I will get up and down, strong in the tackle.
We hope you've enjoyed the first of our weekly video podcasts. Stay tuned for more updates. In the meantime, don't forget to check out our website tnsfc.co.uk for daily news, views and opinions from here at Park Hall.